Do you want to play golf like a tour champion? All you got to do is drive 3.5 hours south of here to where the legend got started. Carla Gebhart has more on Dustin Johnson's golf school.
All right, we're going to talk a little golf today, and we've got someone who is very qualified to do this. We have Terrell here, who is the director of coaching for the Dustin Johnson Golf School, which is close to Myrtle Beach. And Alan, I'm sure that that's your title, but you probably do a lot more outside of director of coaching if you're working there.
It's one of I don't know, maybe 20 titles, but you know, when you have your own business and you're working with tour pros, you wear a lot of hats.
Speaking of Dustin Johnson, obviously it's his school because it's got his name on the building, in the title and everything. But you two actually have gone, I guess you got some history together going back to Coastal Carolina, and you actually coached him.
DJ and I met in 2004. And for some reason, he's kept me around ever since. So I still travel down to Florida to work with him about every other week. I would say I'm down there a couple days a week.
Can you give us a little insight into Dustin Johnson when he was in college? Was this, obviously, you know, you got to know him a lot when he was younger. Did you know that he was going to become this golfer that he is today?
I mean, if I wanted to sound super smart to your viewers, I would say, yes, I knew this. But I don't think anyone could know or predict the success that he had. I mean, he was a tall player with a little bit of speed when I met him, and he just, you know, continued to keep progressing and really keeps continuing to progress.
Is there anything about his game right now that impresses you the most?
I think the strongest part of DJ's game is his resiliency and his ability to bounce back. I think that's a lost art on a lot of players. So he may struggle one week and win the next. And a lot of that is his ownership of his game. He understands what he needs to do, and some days golf just doesn't go our way.
Yeah, and sometimes just that mental aspect of the game can be the toughest in golf, I think, for a lot of players. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Dustin Johnson Golf School now. You told me off camera that this is a school for everybody of all ages. You take them from small kids to guys that are just wanting to get a little bit better in their game.
Whoever wants to improve, from, again, as you mentioned, from a beginner to a tour professional. We're an open house for any skill level.
I'm sure we have a lot of viewers who like to, you know, hit the links every now and then for some leisure activity. I don't want to put you on the spot at all, but is there a tip that you can give people out there? I know you're probably used to actually watching somebody swing and giving them advice, but is there a tip that you see a lot with some amateur golfers that you could share with us?
Most golfers underestimate the importance of setting up to the golf ball well. As boring as that sounds, everything's a chain reaction. So if your setup's off, then you're going to have to make compensations throughout the rest of your swing. Unfortunately, that sounds boring to a lot of golfers, and they don't feel like that's as dynamic or impactful. But at the end of the day, it's very hard to progress if you don't set up to it well.
Yeah, so maybe viewers just need to take a little bit more time before they actually approach the ball. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us. I know you've got some more lessons going a little bit later today, but we really appreciate your time. Thanks, Alan.
My pleasure.